Do you miss the old life?
The old life?
Life with Donald?
I don't, no. Nothing really changed.
Did you know that Ivana Trump wasn't just a socialite and former First Lady of New York?
I was very strict, but I was loving. I love my kids.
Before she was known as Donald Trump's ex-wife, Ivana was an Olympic-level skier and a fashion icon. But how did she go from the slopes of Czechoslovakia to the dazzling lights of Manhattan? Ivana Trump's story is far more than just a chapter in the Trump family saga. It's one of ambition, reinvention, and surprising resilience. This video will explore the life of a woman. She built her empire, faced personal storms, and left a mark on business and style. So how did she do it? Let's take a closer look. Early life and parents. Ivana Trump was born Ivana Zelničková on February 20, 1949, in Zlín, Czechoslovakia, now the Czech Republic. Her childhood was shaped by a communist regime. Ivana's parents, Milos and Maria Zelníček, were both hardworking, middle-class individuals. Her father worked as an electrical engineer, and her mother was a telephone operator. From an early age, Ivana displayed fierce independence and determination. She was an avid skier and quickly rose through the ranks in her country's competitive skiing scene. By her teenage years, she was competing at the national level in Czechoslovakia. Her talent and dedication gained her attention, but her athletic success was just the beginning. Ivana grew up in a time when the government controlled much of life. She had to learn to navigate a system that felt restrictive. The communist regime didn't allow much for young women to break from traditional roles, especially in sports and business. But Ivana's ambitions were too big to be limited by the system. Her early life in Czechoslovakia wasn't without challenges. Like many under the regime, Ivana faced limits and stagnation, but she rose above it. Her drive carved a path to a future that led to international fame and success. Education. Ivana Trump's academic journey played a significant role in shaping her future. She attended Charles University in Prague. There, she earned a master's degree in physical education in 1972. After showing promise as an athlete, she also prioritized her education. Her education helped her in competitive sports. It also gave her a strong foundation in discipline and focus. Those traits would serve her well in the future. However, after completing her studies in Czechoslovakia, she moved to Canada in the 1970s to pursue further opportunities. In Canada, she was a ski instructor. Her desire for new experiences soon pushed her to seek bigger challenges. This eventually led her to New York City, where her path would take a dramatic turn. Early career. After completing her studies in physical education at the University of Physical Education and Sport in Prague, Ivana's passion for skiing led her to pursue a professional career in the sport. She became a skilled skier. She earned a spot on the Czechoslovakian national ski team. This opened doors for her to travel and compete internationally, including in Austria, where she gained further recognition. But Ivana's ambitions went beyond skiing. In the early 1970s, she moved to Canada. There, she worked as a ski instructor. This showed her talents and made a name for herself in sports. She lived in Montreal for a time. There, she worked as a model, taking advantage of the city's fashion industry. Ivana's beauty and presence made her a sought-after local model. However, despite her success in sports and modeling, Ivana had bigger dreams. She felt limited in her Canadian career, so she sought broader opportunities. In the mid-1970s, she made a bold decision to move to the United States. It was a pivotal moment, one that would change the course of her life. She relocated to New York City, where she hoped to find new ways to expand her career. In New York, Ivana initially struggled to gain a foothold, but her determination paid off. She worked as a model and appeared in ads, but she also began to get involved in business. During this time, she met and married Donald Trump. This changed her life and launched her into high society and business. Professional career. After moving to the US in the 1970s, Ivana worked her way up in business through hard work and strategic thinking. She began as a model. Her real career took off when she joined the Trump Organization in the 1980s. Ivana's first major role was as Vice President of Interior Design. She worked on many of Donald Trump's high-profile real estate projects. This included transforming the Plaza Hotel in New York City. Ivana's design background and eye for luxury were invaluable. They shaped the brand's aesthetic and reputation. But Ivana didn't stop at interior design. As her role within the Trump Organization expanded, so did her influence. She became a key figure in managing Trump's vast real estate empire. She oversaw design, marketing, and operations. At one point, Ivana oversaw all Trump Organization properties. This helped her gain a reputation as a powerful businesswoman. In 1989, Ivana's career peaked. She became CEO of Trump's castle in Atlantic City. She proved to be a capable leader. She managed operations, marketing, and the casino floor. It was rare for a woman to hold that position at the time. Ivana was credited with streamlining the casino and boosting its profits. Her work in Atlantic City was a key chapter in her career. It showcased her ability to manage large businesses and high-pressure situations. In addition to her work in real estate and hospitality, Ivana made her mark in fashion and product development. In the 1990s, she launched a line of clothing, jewelry, and cosmetics. It was sold in U.S. department stores. The Ivana Trump brand was built on luxury and elegance. It aimed to empower women with stylish, practical designs. Though the brand was not as long-lasting as her other ventures, it added another layer to her multifaceted professional career. Ivana's entrepreneurial spirit didn't stop with fashion. After her 1992 divorce from Donald Trump, Ivana sought a business place. She expanded her interests into real estate and lifestyle branding, publishing books on topics like beauty, family, and self-empowerment. In 2017, she launched a skincare line. It showed her talent for spotting profitable opportunities. It also created products that matched her image of wealth and sophistication. Relationship. Ivana Trump's first husband was Alfred Winkelmeyer, an Austrian ski instructor. They were married in 1971 before Ivana moved to Canada and eventually the United States. Their marriage was short-lived, lasting only a few years. They divorced in 1973. Ivana later admitted that the marriage was largely a practical arrangement. She married Winkelmeyer to gain Austrian citizenship. It would let her leave communist Czechoslovakia, where she was born, and travel more freely. Ivana Trump's most famous marriage was to real estate mogul Donald Trump. They married in 1977 and had 3 children together: Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, and Eric Trump. Their marriage ended in 1992 after a public divorce. It was driven by Donald's affair with Marla Maples, his second wife. Despite the divorce, Ivana and Donald remained friendly and co-parented their children. After her publicized divorce from Donald Trump, Ivana Trump dated a few notable men. The media was interested in these relationships. After her divorce from Donald Trump, Ivana briefly married Riccardo Mazzucchelli, an Italian businessman and millionaire. The couple's relationship was less public than her marriage to Donald Trump, but it was notable for Ivana's attempt to move on and build a new life. The marriage didn't last long, and they eventually separated. Milan Kornikova, a Czech-born businessman, was rumored to have dated Ivana Trump in the early 2000s. Kornikova was wealthy and influential. She invested in real estate. However, this relationship was never as publicly discussed or documented as Ivana's earlier ones. Ivana also had a brief relationship with Alberto Mazzucchelli, another Italian businessman. However, it did not lead to marriage. It ended quietly, with little public attention. Ivana's fourth marriage, in 2008, was to Italian actor Rossano Rubaconde. He was also a model and a businessman. Their marriage drew media attention for their age difference. Ivana was in her 60s, and Rossano was in his 40s. However, the marriage was short-lived. Ivana and Rossano separated in 2009 after 1 year. Political career. Ivana Trump's political involvement was less extensive than her business and media careers. However, she had some notable public moments that intersected with politics. Ivana never ran for office or held a political position, but her link to politics grew during her marriage to Donald Trump and her fame. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, Ivana frequently rubbed shoulders with political figures, both in the US and abroad. She attended many high-profile events. As a member of New York's elite, she was often seen at political fundraisers and gatherings. She met figures like former President Ronald Reagan and some Republicans. Ivana even publicly admired some political figures, including the Reagan administration. She felt it aligned with her values of business and entrepreneurship. Ivana Trump wasn't involved in campaigning or political decisions, but she supported Donald Trump in his 2016 presidential run. She made several public statements in favor of her ex-husband and his campaign. However, she stayed more distanced from the political spotlight than other Trump family members. Challenges and comebacks. Ivana Trump's life has had great challenges and remarkable comebacks. One of her earliest challenges came when she left communist Czechoslovakia in the early 1970s to pursue greater opportunities in Canada. As a young woman with limited resources, Ivana's decision to leave her homeland was a bold one. Her biggest challenge came in 1992. That year, she divorced Donald after 15 years of marriage. The tabloids covered the highly publicized divorce. It left Ivana to rebuild her life and career under intense media scrutiny. Despite the challenges, Ivana didn't let public opinion define her. She chose to reinvent herself. She would focus on her business skills and her entrepreneurial spirit. She launched her own line of clothing, jewelry, and cosmetics, finding success in the 1990s and early 2000s. Ivana also wrote several books, including a best-selling autobiography. She became a self-empowerment speaker. These efforts allowed her to establish her brand and rise above her identity as Donald Trump's ex-wife. After the divorce, she kept a business relationship with him. She worked on projects within the Trump organization. Her high society connections kept her relevant in the media. Awards. Ivana Trump received several awards for her impact on business, fashion, and philanthropy. In the 1980s, various organizations named her Woman of the Year. They knew her as a leader in the Trump organization. She was a pioneer as a female executive in a male-dominated industry. Her work for charities, especially for women's and children's causes, earned her more recognition. Ivana was also involved in Operation Smile. It provides surgery to children in need. She was praised for her humanitarian work. Also, she received honorary doctorates from institutions like the University of Bratislava in Slovakia, her birthplace. They honored her for her success as a businesswoman and public figure. Ivana's style and elegance earned her fame. She was often on best-dressed lists, making her a fashion icon. Over the years, she received Lifetime Achievement Awards, acknowledging her resilience and ability to reinvent herself, particularly after her divorce from Donald Trump. Though she lacked traditional accolades, her career brought her steady recognition. People admired her business acumen and philanthropy. Net worth 2024. As of 2024, Ivana Trump's net worth is about $100 million. Estimates vary by source. Much of her wealth came from her work as a businesswoman, designer, and entrepreneur. In the 1990s and early 2000s, Ivana's clothing and accessories were a hit, especially at Macy's. Her lines included the Ivana Trump collection. She also published several books, including her autobiography. It helped cement her status as a public figure. Her wealth was also bolstered by investments in real estate and her lifestyle, which was often in the public eye. Cause of death. Ivana Trump passed away on July 14, 2022, at the age of 73. A fall down the stairs in her NYC townhouse caused a blunt force injury to the torso. That was the cause of death. According to the New York City Medical Examiner, her death was ruled as an accident. Ivana was found unresponsive at the bottom of her home's stairs. Her family and the public were shocked by her death. Her death was sudden and unexpected. Her children, friends, and admirers praised her strength and influence in business. She was buried at Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, New Jersey, in a private ceremony. Ivana Trump owned several luxurious properties. One notable one was her Manhattan townhouse on New York City's Upper East Side. It was a prestigious area. This 5-story house became her primary home after her divorce from Donald Trump in the 1990s. The townhouse was grand and elegant. It had high ceilings, spacious rooms, and a mix of traditional and modern luxury. Its classic European-inspired decor reflected Ivana's taste for opulence and sophistication. Ivana's New York home, a Palm Beach property, and a Hamptons vacation house cemented her status in elite social circles. These homes let her maintain a high-profile lifestyle. She hosted guests and attended social events. Ivana died in 2022. Her estate now includes her townhouse and other properties. Their future is uncertain. Her homes symbolized her success as a businesswoman and her style, car collection. Ivana Trump's car collection reflected her luxurious and sophisticated lifestyle. The details of her collection were not widely known, but she was often seen in high-end, iconic vehicles that matched her glamorous image. Ivana was linked to Rolls-Royce, a luxury brand. Its elegance suited her refined taste. She was also spotted in Mercedes-Benz models, They are known for their luxury and performance. She was also seen in BMWs, known for their sleek design and high performance. These cars were practical. They also showed Ivana's success as a businesswoman and socialite. Her choice of vehicle, like much of her lifestyle, was to make a statement. It was to show success, comfort, and sophistication. Ivana Trump's life was a testament to resilience, reinvention, and the power of self-determination. From her humble beginnings in Czechoslovakia, Ivana rose to fame as a businesswoman, media personality, and fashion icon. She left a legacy that went far beyond her marriage to Donald Trump. She faced personal challenges and public scrutiny. After many reinventions, she built a brand that resonated with millions. She stayed true to her style, ambition, and entrepreneurial spirit. Ivana Trump showed that with grit, you can redefine success on your terms in business, fashion, and life. Her story will inspire those who believe in reinvention and perseverance. It will leave a lasting mark on business, fashion, and beyond.